See straight up how I do this thing. I got some more sticky notes. Anymore. What's going on, folks? This your boy Aristotle, R with the Rari, full throttle. We back with another episode. We going live today. We're gonna talk about gold, Bitcoin, silver, everything. So we gonna chart. That's what we gonna do for the most part. Put some sticky notes over here. And then we're gonna take notes and everything, folks. Let's get right into it, folks. Without further ado, I ain't gonna waste you guys' time. All right. So number one, what do we have? We have silver up here, right? We got silver. Now silver took a nice dip. So what you guys would do is you would grab this tool right here called your info line, correct? And then you would bring it from the top to the bottom, all right? And then as you guys can see, what do we have here? We're 36% drop in 2 days, correct? So what do we do with this information? I'm going to show you guys what I personally would do, and I'll give you guys a strategy on what to do, okay? We also have gold. Gold, we go to gold, same thing, but gold is down about maybe 15%. Yep, 15%. Okay, so gold is right at the 21 EMA. I'm going to show you guys what we did in my chat. Almost a fail-proof way to make money. All right, I could say it has an 80% chance of hitting for anybody who watches this. Okay, now this is what we did in my chat. I bought a call and a put. This is called a straddle. Okay, a straddle is when you buy a call and a put, and it's an option strategy that basically banks on the fact that one of them will fail and one of them will double or triple, right? So think about it. If I made 192% on the call, but lost 78% on the put, and I bought them at the same exact time, you guys will see what? Exactly. So that's pretty much what I did. And this is a fail-proof way, and I'm going to call some. Hopefully, gold or silver doesn't gap down too much. Could this be a retracement? If you are a believer in them, then this could be a potential dip buy. If you are someone who just trying to bank and, catch the trend, then this could be a potential play that's easy to make 100% in one direction, and one of them will fail and one of them will go. All right, make sure you guys comment stock so you guys can tap into my Discord where I call these plays. But yes, folks, this is the easiest way to bank on the volatility of gold and silver. Okay, so this is what's going on. Now, I want to show you guys something. Also, let's look at Bitcoin. BTC. Oops, let's go to the BTC. Sometimes you gotta click on this one. Boom. Okay. Now I want to show you guys something live. All right. We have a few things to look at that I was pretty much charting this. And if we kind of go to the weekly chart, you guys can see it. But for now, let's stick to the daily. What pattern is this? Everybody guess. What pattern right here is this? I'm on IG Live and I'm on YouTube Live. So I'm going to see if you guys know this. What particular pattern is that? Let me let off these MAs, by the way. Well, the white one. I see you guys see that one. Don't worry about that one. Don't worry about the yellow lines, these white lines right here. All right. You guys got it. Somebody said a bear flag. So both of you are right. Head and shoulders and bear flag. Really. All of you are right. Head and shoulders, bear flag. So I'm going to show it on YouTube Live. Let's see who's the first person to catch that one. Well, this person said a head and shoulders. Ike Griffin. This person said a bear flag. All right. Yep. So a bear flag. That's what this is right here. So that's what broke down Bitcoin. And it's funny because I've been drawing this bear flag for a minute and then it finally did its thing. So this was the bear flag that broke it down. If you don't know what a bear flag is, it's this. And basically there's a flagpole and a flag. and then a break of structure. Okay. So that's what a bear flag is right there. So somebody said rising wedge. I mean, they're not, they're close. So a bear flag broke down Bitcoin. Now let's look and see what area of resistances are the best buys. And if we kind of zoom out a little more, let's kind of zoom out here. As you guys see, we have what is called support. So remember, support is your floor, resistance is your ceiling. This is technically resistance, but this is a resistance zone. Okay, so why is this resistance? Because resistance is your ceiling where things bounce down from. You see it bounce down from here, and then it bounced down from here, and then it bounced down from here. So this is a form of resistance, but the volatility turns it into a zone. So you kind of got to draw out a box here, and I'll show you guys how to draw that box. Basically, you go right here on trading view, and then in this icon area you go to rectangle, and I'm going to show you guys. So basically, as you guys can see, the reason I made a rectangle here is because we have a high right here and then a zone. So we kind of go and drag it out, and that's our area of buy. Okay, so that's pretty much what we see on Bitcoin. It's a demand zone. This could be a buying opportunity, yes. Now remember, folks, Bitcoin is on the premises that the dip will come back. So what you guys need to realize is 79K minus, so that's about 80K. Let's just say 80,000 minus 26,000 is what? 46,000. So that means if you own one Bitcoin at the price of 80,000, $46,000 is yours for the next time it returns to highs if you're patient. That's kind of how you got to read Bitcoin. And the same thing with the S&P 500. So the lower it drops, the lower average you have, the more money you make when it rises back to highs. Now, how do we know it'll rise back to highs, you say, Aristotle? Let's talk about it. Let's look at history. Remember, the stock market and Bitcoin is all about the premises that history will repeat itself. So that means right here, the first time Bitcoin dropped 82%, that was the biggest bear market. And then it rose what? Back to all-time highs again one day. It dropped again right here, 71%. And then it rose back to all-time highs again, right? Then it dropped what? 53% right here. This was another drop. And what did it do? Rise back to all-time highs. And then we have one 76%. So Bitcoin is very, very volatile. The S&P 500 drops between 20 to 40%. Bitcoin is on average dropping in the 60s. Okay, if you average all of these out, it'll be about a 60% drop. So right now, Bitcoin is at, let's see. So remember, the stock market and Bitcoin is all about history repeating itself. A 40% drop right here. Okay, so that's something that you have to realize. This is all about history repeating itself. Make sure you guys comment the word stock if you're on Instagram Live. And if you're on YouTube Live, then, I'll post a link in the description or visit honeydripnetwork.com. Okay. So if we look at the S&P 500 SPY, same thing, folks. Now, SPY is a little bit less volatile. And if you're an older person or a person looking for retirement and don't like too much volatility, I recommend getting you some SPY. Now, some people believe only in Bitcoin. I am not one of those people. I do believe in diversification for the reasons you see today. Bitcoin is very volatile. If you buy at the wrong spot, you could really be red. But if you stick it out, you hold it for years, that's what you got to do. You have to believe, right? Now, SPY is the same thing. If we look at history, right? This is the '08 housing market crash. So I'm going to teach you guys a little history lesson. Remember, if you want to be successful in investing, you have to believe that history will repeat itself. So right here, we're down negative 58%, right? So, well, 56% right here. Now, what does that tell us? That tell us that history will what? Repeat itself. And what did it do? That's the '08 housing market crash. That's one of the worst. We haven't had a worse crash since this is the dot-com bubble, '01, '02, right? 48%. 56% is our worst crash ever since candlesticks and stuff got involved. Of course, the stock market been open. If you look here where this dinosaur is, it only shows up until about 1993. As you guys can see right here, 1993 is where it shows on our trading view chart, SPY. Okay. Now, since 1993, it was a full bull run. So let's look at history. Let's look at the whole history. 1993, I was not born yet. All you see through history is a bull market. So if you were investing, which most of us were not, in 1993, you were profitable. Now, I'm going to show y'all when I started investing. Okay. Now, this is the dot-com bubble, 46% drop. Again, what happened? It returned back to all-time highs. The housing market crash. What happened? It returned back to all-time highs right here after a 56% drop. And then now after that, we had a decade bull run. After the bottom of '08, this was a lovely time to invest, I tell you. A literal 10-year bull run from '08 all the way to 2018, right? And then what do we first get? These little drops don't count compared to all this. This is nothing. A 10-year bull run. So for all of you asking, can we run for multiple years? From 1993 to '01 we did, and from 2008 to 2018 we ran for a long time. So do not discount that fact as well, that yes, through history we can. Now we have this drop. This is the trade war drop with Trump. What happened? All-time highs got reached. This is the 2020 COVID drop right here. What happened? Back to all-time highs. So notice every time it dropped through history, it will repeat itself and return back to all-time highs. So now that you guys know, and you also got to think about this, folks. If history did not repeat itself and it wasn't going to do that, right? Then what would be the point of a 401k? What would be the point of a lot of things? What would be the point? Why would billionaires create companies based on a 401k and a life insurance if they did not believe that this thing would rise for the next 30, 40 years? And then remember, they're already talking about the tokenization of the stocks. So what does that mean? That means one day you'll be able to, like me and you talking, right? I'll be able to send you shares of Apple just like that at 12 o'clock at night. So instead of trading Bitcoin at night, we'll be able to one day trade companies as assets. So I could open a business and I could say, I only accept Tesla shares. And you'll be able to tap tokenization a Tesla share, correct? So you guys got to think about that. When technology finally hits, you guys will see that we'll be able to tokenize stocks and we'll be able to send them like that. So we got a lot of things in the future. And then you guys got to think about what we just added as well. We added I'll show you guys real quick. I'll bring it on the screen. We added the technology to now trade weeklies. And this is why I say it's a great time to be alive, folks. We added the technology to trade weekly option contracts, Wednesday and Monday expirations. So not only is tokenization in the future, but now zero data expiration is in the future for our day traders. All right. And then you guys got to also think what's going to happen. More option trading prop firms are going to happen. Okay, they can comment on X now. That's dope. X users can now comment. At first they could not. Now they can. So that's pretty dope. If you're on X, say something. But yes, folks, We got the tokenization of Bitcoin. Well, not Bitcoin, but stocks, where you'll be able to trade assets and wire assets overnight, and you'll be able to use companies as as a token. Then we have this right here, trading these weeklies. Okay, so X, I'm talking about X on not Instagram. If you're on Instagram, comment the word stock. And then the next thing I think is happening in the future that we don't want to miss out on. Let me think. I know the tokenization of stocks is coming, but if I had to say one more thing, weekly options. Oh, prop firms, option trading prop firms. That's next. 100% that's next. Okay, so my folks on X can now comment on here. That's dope. What a great update. So now we know option trading prop firms are going to come out soon, which I hope, hell, I might create it, to be honest. Option trading prop firms will come out soon. I'm surprised it's not there and why it's only for futures. And then tokenization, weekly expirations. And if I had to guess one, like one that hasn't been talked about yet, what y'all thinking? But if I had to guess what the future may lie, I think there's going to be a third crypto. I think there's going to be a government issued. Well, we already know the US dollar will be tokenized one day. I think if you guys remember all those movies back in the day where the currencies were all digital. So a paperless society is not near, but it's in the future. All right. A paperless society is coming where they're going to, because here's the thing that y'all have to realize too. Yes, you guys are excited because you want to be right. You want to be a guru. You want to be whatever. And you want to say, oh, Bitcoin is going here. This is going there. This is going there. Right. But another thing you guys have to account for is security and control. The government will have full control over your assets. The government will have, they'll be able to track everything on the blockchain. That is to me the most dangerous thing that I personally see happening right now. You got all of our assets that'll be tracked on the blockchain. So there's no more hiding taxes and all this stuff. Imagine having to pay a stripper on the blockchain. So again, there are negatives to this. Security. You guys will all of our money will be tracked when they start tokenizing all of our assets, all of our cash and everything. Right? If and they're already kind of tracking it now. Oh yeah, 24-hour trading is coming, of course. They can freeze your funds. Yeah, they can do that now. But my whole thing is that's what I was telling people. You guys are advocating for our, yes, you're advocating for, it's like people don't understand that. I'm like, yes, we're advocating for the future and we're seeing changes and we want to be right. We want to say Bitcoin is going here, Bitcoin is going there. We're going to all adopt to the Bitcoin standard. The tokenization of Bitcoin, that technology, we need to adopt it everywhere, right? But at the end of the day, security is going to be heavy and there's going to be no more hiding anything. All right. How do I feel about 24-hour trading? If I'm being honest, folks, I don't care. I'm going to adapt. Here's another thing that I want all of you to realize too. When it comes to this money, we got to adapt. We can't sit here and be like, panicking and scared of what they'll do to us or what's going on. We got to adapt, man. I don't really get into the whole. And here's another thing I want to say too. How you make money is how you make money. Sometimes you got to ignore the noise and just do you, especially if you're a trader. Like if you're good at SPY, IWM, and QQQ, stick to that. If you're good at futures, stick to that. If you're good at Forex, stick to that because the grass always look greener on the other side. And that's something you guys can all relate to. The grass always look greener on the other side. We'll see somebody make money from Bitcoin and we'll be like, damn, let me get in. FOMO. That's what it's called, fear of missing out. But you were doing great at what you were doing. All you had to do is scale what you're doing or stay consistent with what you're doing, right? So if you're great at day trading, stick to that. If you're great at swing trading, stick to that. But with day trading and swing trading, make sure you're playing the most high probability setups. Because if I always track every loss I ever took on a day trade or a swing, especially this year, I think I'm like, I think I hit like 35. I think I missed 7 out of 35. So I call like 35 trades, day trades and swings included, and I missed 7. But all 7 misses have something in common. Me getting arrogant after a winning streak, saying, you know, let me try this, let me try that, instead of because it was a day where I couldn't find something. And even me as a pro fall victim to that. I could have a perfect, I could be on a 10 trading winning streak. The one trade that I do lose is because I got bored and said, fuck it, let me try something because I have money, right? And something I'm telling you guys is don't do that. Every loss I take is because of that shit right there. Not playing a strategy that I usually play because I see nothing. You get what I'm saying? And a lot of people not going to admit that. Everybody's going to talk about their wins and everybody's 100% and all this shit, but nobody talks about the art of losing. And that's why a lot of people can't win because everybody is sore losers. The best traders are the best losers. The people who can lose little and win a lot are the best traders. It's just that simple. It's just that simple. So everybody, even and no matter what, discipline. If I could do something, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Y'all know what I want to do, and say if you down with me, because I'm gonna be a trader for the rest of my life. I'm a tattoo discipline on my right hand. Like, you know how you just gotta write notes? If I had to tattoo anything on my hand, because I don't really do tattoos, um, mainly because I'm not really into worldly things. I don't find a lot of shit important. I got Atlanta tattooed on me, and I got my lady tattooed on me. Two things. After that, I didn't find shit important. I got the Falcons, Hawks, Braves, Atlanta, and yeah, where I'm from. And then my lady, those are the only two things I care about. And then my children. But now I got some shit to tattoo. I'm gonna get risk management, A+ setups, discipline, patience on my right hand for my 30th birthday. I'm gonna get that before. I'm gonna get risk management, A+ setups, discipline, patience. My 4 rules. Cause that's the only shit I care about. That's the shit that make me money. I don't care about other shit. I don't care about no Mario. You know how you niggas get all that bullshit on you? Care about no fucking Mario. I care about no fucking cartoons. Fuck cartoons. I'm trying to get me some money. And I need to remind myself every day to stay disciplined. See nothing, play nothing. And that's honestly how you got down. You get what I'm saying? In my opinion, that's how you win. It's just reminding yourself to stay disciplined every single day in the market. You feel me? Ain't nothing else to really talk about with it. Make sure you guys comment the word stock if you on Instagram. You feel me? Yeah, I don't fuck with games either, bro. Like, I'd rather see real life. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Would you rather play Grand Theft Auto and buy some women, drive cars you can't afford, or do it in real life? You gonna spend the next 4 years. It's gonna be 2030. You spent 4 years playing Grand Theft Auto, driving a fake car, sleeping with fake women, driving on fake helicopters. When you could have spent those 4 years trying to build your future so you could do that shit in real life. You playing Madden all day, but what if you can afford them tickets to go see the game in real life? You get what I'm saying? You playing 2K, but what if you could sit courtside and see LeBron for real? That's the type of shit I experienced. LeBron came to town. I said, man, let me go see the king. instead of playing some fucking 2K. Madden, I'd rather go see the Falcons play in real life. Ferrari, instead of driving that shit on Grand Theft Auto, let me drive this shit in real life. So I'm telling y'all, that's what you gotta think. That's the mindset you gotta have. Cause come 2030, a lot of you gonna be stuck in their simulator. And to you, they're nothing but a statistic. When TTO, the company who owns Grand Theft Auto, looks at their analytics, you are not a person. You are player 1 million is still playing. Oh shit, we're dropping numbers. How can we keep them subscribed to our simulator? That's all they think about. They're not thinking about you. They don't give a fuck about you. So you got to decide, and that's what I decided. I said, you know what? I want to be the dude behind the screen looking at people like their numbers instead of me being the fucking number all the time. I want to know how it feels to sit on the other side of that goddamn screen and see these big ass numbers instead of me always being a statistic. I've been a statistic my whole fucking life. I went to the army, a statistic. I'm soldier number 3 million. You get what I'm saying? You go to jail, another statistic. You goddamn prisoner 5,000. So you got to decide who do you want to be? The statistic or the person who's a part of the finer things in life instead of being rich people's low life statistic. And that's when I discovered trading. I said I'd rather be trader number 5 million than motherfucking video game number 10,000. Niggas got me subscribed to this simulator. I'm playing Call of Duty all day. The only person who got there winning is who owned Call of Duty? Activision. And I don't know who the fuck owns Activision now. It used to be ATVI on the stock market. We used to be able to trade that shit. The Call of Duty dude just died. So I'm stuck on Call of Duty simulator. I'm stuck everywhere. You feel me? So that's all I'm telling people. I look at shit from a different perspective. I get it. My delivery ain't for everybody, but the real understand. You get what I mean? The real understand. That's all I had to realize too. Is this shit ain't for everybody, man. If you trying to get money, then you gonna fuck with Aristotle. If you trying to be coddled and be mediocre, you get what I'm saying? You trying to not move, you gonna fuck with a lot of other people besides me. I'm not for everybody, man. I'm for the people who want to win. You get what I'm saying? So that's just how this shit gonna go, man. Y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Aristotle, R with the Rari. You get what I mean? Trading can retire you, but you gotta take it slow because all of us can fall victim to this. Somebody will trade and you'll see them make big profits, right? And you'll see that this person is making 10,000 a day. And you know what you're gonna do the next day? I can do that too, right? Instead of sticking. So that's why I tell people to mind your business when it comes to trading. Trading, to be successful, you have to learn how to mind your business. If I had to be all the way honest, if I had to really tell y'all the real secret to trading too, is to mind your fucking business and watch your plate. Cause when you start watching somebody else play, that's the first step to failing. You're gonna blow your account trying to beat somebody and trying to compare your chapter 1 to their chapter 10. First thing you're gonna say is I can do what he just did. You never gonna be able to do what the big dog is doing yet. If you see me making 4,000 a day, mind your business. Stick with your 400. You know what I'm saying? And that be the thing in the trading community. Everybody trying to compare profits, compare. Everybody starting at different times in life on different account sizes, making different shit. You gotta be okay with that. Cause a lot of people not okay with that. People quit trading because they can't be somebody else. You get what I mean? You gonna quit trading because you can't be somebody else. You don't want to keep going because you can't be Aristotle tomorrow. When you make your 400 a day and let me make my 4,000 a day. Cause you gonna get there. But you never gonna make your 4,000 a day if you can't be happy with your 400 a day. All right. So, anyways, I gotta go film me another video. Make sure you guys tap into Honey Drip Network. Make sure you guys tap into my community. Come fuck with the real. Cause all I want to do is see people win, man. And honestly, that's my goal, man. My goal ain't to be the #1 entertainer. My goal is to make the most profitable traders, and that's what I do. I'm not here to be the most famous. I ain't here to be the most this and that. I'm just trying to goddamn help my city, my community win, and you people online win, man. That's my ultimate goal. You get what I mean? Like on some real shit. I'm not here to goddamn be the biggest, most famous, because that shit don't do nothing but bring stress. All I do is see a bunch of famous motherfuckers online stress the fuck out. Because especially in this day and age where the bigger you get, the more haters come. The way I deal with motherfuckers, I don't even got time for that. I get revenge, so I don't even want to play like that. I'm just gonna get my money, help people, and go about my business because that's the type of person I am. You get what I'm saying? I'm here to live on this earth peacefully. I ain't here to be in all this other shit. You feel me? So y'all make sure y'all comment, stop. Make sure y'all go on Honey Drip Network. If you a real motherfucker like me and you trying to make some money, you get what I'm saying? You're a real stand-up person. You take care of your kids. You care about your kids more than these outside motherfuckers. You get what I'm saying? You care about your lady. You spend time with your lady. You believe that the inside world is better than the outside world. Where them motherfuckers at? People who care about social media friends instead of their kids. Hey, bro, what you got doing today? What's up, bro? Man, nigga ain't my fucking brother. My brother is the nigga who came on my mama or my daddy from my daddy balls. You know what I'm saying? All right, y'all. I'm gonna go film this other show that I gotta do. God bless y'all. Y'all know what it is.